guys ready? All right, let's get this started. Welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, and most importantly, our resilient graduates of the class of 2023. Welcome to the momentous occasion that we have all gathered here to celebrate. Give yourself a round of applause. We are honored to have friends and family joining us from near and far, including those who have traveled from outside the United States. I am Carla David, International Program Manager at the Office of International Education, and I will be emceeing tonight's event. I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to our Interim Deputy Chancellor, Chief Operating Officer, Dr. Stephanie Droker, Director of International Services and Student Support, Thomas Torres-Gill, Acting Dean of Enrollment Services, John Nguyen, our dedicated professors, proud parents, Office of International Education staff, and everyone else who has come together to make this day truly special. Today marks a triumphant occasion for our graduates who have displayed unwavering determination and resilience amidst unparalleled challenges. The COVID-19 pandemic significantly altered their plans, requiring them to adapt to remote classes and online learning. Nevertheless, they showcased exceptional perseverance and dedication to their education, ultimately achieving success in their academic journey. As we gather here for the Office of International Education's graduation awards ceremony, let us all take a moment to appreciate the incredible journey that has led our graduates to this milestone. To each and every one of you graduating today, I offer my heartfelt congratulations on your remarkable achievements. As we continue with today's ceremony and reception, we have an exciting agenda lined up that highlights the outstanding accomplishments of our students. Our graduates, the class of 2023, have demonstrated exceptional fortitude by embarking on their academic journey during a global pandemic. We are privileged to have two extraordinary students who will share their inspiring stories with us later today. So let us come together as one community to celebrate the hard work, dedication, and passion that has brought our graduates to this unforgettable milestone in their lives. At this time, I do have a pre-recorded message to share with you from BCC's Vice President of Student Services, Dr. Stacy Shears.
Congratulations on all your hard work. Class of 2023 international students, I'm so excited to welcome you. You've completed your educational goal, whether it's a certificate, an associate's degree, or transfer, you did it. You made your way from abroad, fulfilled all the requirements for studying in the US, and we know those are a lot, and made it all the way to Berkeley City College, Laney, Merritt, or College of Alameda. Thank you so much for selecting us. Just making it here during the COVID pandemic was most likely very challenging, so thank you for choosing us. It was our pleasure to support and honor you while you were working toward this moment so far from your homes. Not only did you get here virtually, you were able to transition back in person and managed to complete so much online coursework, even though your intent was probably to study in person. This class of 2023 defied the odds. You survived the COVID pandemic, and you learned how to succeed in online instruction and completed your educational goals nonetheless. Congratulations. Thank you for enriching our campuses. I know the international students are also very active members of the campus community in our student clubs and in associated students, and that has had a really positive impact on our students and employees at every college. Along the way, you had some great support with the Peralta International Education Office, counselors, and staff from each campus. Please join me, everyone, in honoring and welcoming the class of 2023.
All right. Stacey Shears. At this time, it is my honor to introduce academic counselor Todd Shima.
Good evening, everybody. First, I'd like to thank Berkeley City College for allowing us to be here. Thank my, I guess I would say friends. I'll say coworkers, but my friends. Thank you for all their help. I'm just here speaking. I didn't do any of this. And of course, thank the parents, family, friends, and of course, last but not least, right? The graduates, right? So as in true counselor fashion, Shima counselor fashion, I have to give you 4 pieces of wisdom, okay? And actually, Carla stole one of them, my first one. And it's resilient. The definition of resilient, able to withstand, one of the definitions, able to withstand or recover quickly from difficult conditions. So when I think of resiliency, my grandparents came from Japan in the 1900s, and they went to internment camp. They actually meant internment camp. So that's one thing, that's one aspect of resiliency that I think of. The other part is my dad. My dad came himself from Japan in the late 60s, and started a family, of course, and stayed here. And lastly, when I think about my dad, I think of everybody here, all the students. That makes me think of being resiliency. A lot of you come by yourself, with no friends sometimes, alone, and now you're here. And that's just an amazing thing to me as being a counselor, is seeing that the scared person maybe, and then now you see the growth of you here, and now moving on to whatever you guys are gonna do. Number 2, being flexible, being motivated. So I have a couple stories. So one story, so as a counselor, and maybe some of y'all might have heard this before, I always tell like 2 stories to motivate students. So one is, I did not graduate until I was 27 with my bachelor's degree. Now, of course, I'm Asian, so you're like, oh, this guy should have graduated when he was 17 years old. But I didn't. So I am the poster boy of saying, you can do what you want, and at any age is not even a factor on what you want to do, achieving your goals. And don't do what I did. Listen to your teachers, listen to your counselors, listen to family, because I really did. I didn't do that. I just was going through college, but I eventually found my way. Charles Windall says, life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you respond to it. So my other story is, I have 2 master's degrees. So I got 1 master's degree in counselor ed. And so I was ready to go out in the world and look for a job. And so I went to, they call it informational interview. So you go to a job and you go to the manager or whatever and say, hey, I'm interested in this position. What does it take? What can I do? And so I showed them my resume, and they said, well, for what you want to do of being a college counselor, you don't have the right degree. So then I walked out. I was very, very upset, of course, and all the different emotions. What am I going to do? So I went back to school. I went back to school to get my counselor education degree. So that's the piece of resiliency as well. For me, being resilient, I guess we would say in America, I sucked it up, right? And I went back to get my degree. So be flexible and be motivated. The third thing is confidence. So you might want to fact check this quote. It's Marie Curie, a Polish scientist from the 1900s. So she says, "Life is not easy for any of us. But what of that? We must have perseverance and above all, confidence in ourselves. We must believe that we are gifted for something and that this thing must be attained." And again, you probably heard this before, one of my speeches to all the students. Hey, I want to take a class, let's say it's English, but I'm at the ESL level. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have heard this before. It's all about confidence. I don't care I'm not saying I don't care, but if your score was a certain score on the exam or the placement test, but you say you want to take English or you want to take a higher math, I say, what's your confidence level? Be true to yourself with that. And I'm always helpful to work with students with that. And I think, because all of you are here now graduating, that we have done well with that. You have done well with your confidence. And lastly is be of service. Mahatma Gandhi says, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Now, of course, you're here and you have family here. The question for me always is, or the thought is, what did my grandparents do for me to stand here and talk to everybody here and be in this position? What did my mother and father do for me to stand here to be in this position? My grandfather was a farmer. My mother and my father were civil service workers, right? Didn't have a degree. But now I have 3 degrees, and I'm able to stand here and be a counselor because of them. So part of that for me is be of service, and I'm continue to be of service. Now, anybody that is going to be a billionaire, it's fine. It's going to be a tax write-off, so give me your money away. It's fine. You're going to be of service. Lastly, it is an honor to serve and work alongside you on this journey. Enjoy this journey as you move forward. It is the only one you'll ever have, right? You have one life. Travel, explore, fall in love, if you haven't done that already. Make mistakes and start over. It's okay. Create your own existence and be who you want to be in this world. And as my grandma and grandpa would always say to me, be careful and have fun. Thank you.
Thank you, Todd. At this time, I would like to invite our director, Thomas Torres-Gill.
Thank you, Carla. Welcome, everyone. Thank you all, class of 2023. I want to give you all a round of applause. You guys all look so great. We have lots of family support. Thank you all. I know each of our students really needs the support and love and kindness you all bring to them. And to our students, I know you have put in a lot of work, tremendous efforts to make it here today. So you all look great, by the way. This is one of my favorite events that we put on. We first put on a graduation event in 2018, then in 2019, and then COVID, as we've all heard of, messed up the last 3. So I'm really excited that we're finally back in here doing our full event. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit about what we're doing today as well. So this is our graduation event. We want to honor you, our students who have successfully completed their programs, and we've heard already the types of programs you might have done, whether it's a certificate program, associate, you've done the transfer, you're preparing for graduate school. We have a lot of students in a lot of different buckets that end up having different goals. And we know we are just a piece of your lifelong journey, of your academics, of your professional, of your social. And I hope that you have felt, really changed by your experiences living and studying in the United States. And this may be your last stop. It may be one of many more that you're going to undertake. And to that end, we are going to be presenting each of our graduates a graduation stole. Now, stoles are typically for an academic achievement or participation in an organization, if you're in a frat or sorority, even clubs. And for us, we want you all to demonstrate and represent that you are all international students. And you're not a traditional international student in that sense. I studied abroad, and I know I've shared that to many of you all before, but I only did that for 1 year, and I got to go back to my university, and I got to get the degree from there. You all have decided to come and study somewhere else and get the full degree here, and many of you are going to venture on. How many of you are transferring to another university to continue your studies? Out of the graduates, how many of you are transferring on? Let's give it up for them. So we know even this step is just another step for you all. And even for those that are going to the bachelor's level, you might do another step of a master's level here or in your home country or in a new one. And the word stole is Greek for stola, which means garment. And they also symbolize a degree or status and other things as well. And so we chose platinum. Thank you, John Nguyen, for sharing that word. Because the platinum itself or silver is characteristic of a program or of like friendship, of social interactions. And we thought it really represented our program. And we ask that once you receive these stoles, that if you will be attending your campus graduation, that you wear them over your gown, with your cap and gown, so you can show and represent yourself and being an international student in front of all of your classmates as well. So we do have these by your college. So it is a Berkeley City, College of Alameda, Laney, and Merritt. And we're really excited to be issuing those to you in just a few minutes. But I also wanted to add that I've met many of you online and on Zoom. It is so refreshing to see so many amazing faces in person. For those that were here in spring 2019, who was here in spring 2019? All right, did you all go to the welcome day that we had on this stage? Yeah, so that was my first time meeting you all that were here at that welcome day, and we get to bookend it with our graduation here on this same stage. So I'm really excited that we got to see you then and see you now. And for those that were able to join our welcome days on Zoom over the last couple of years, I'm sure I saw many of your faces, if you turned your camera on. But I'm really happy that we're kind of starting and ending at the same point. And I just want to wish all of you the best of luck in all of your endeavors. And with that, congratulations to the class of 2023.
Thank you, Thomas. At this time, I'd like to invite our salutatorian, Vanessa de Lira Miranda Calvacante.
Good afternoon. It is with great honor that I'm here today to extend my heartfelt welcome to the Peralta Colleges and the Office of International Education staff, dear parents, family, and friends. Thank you all for being here today to mark this special moment for us international students. When I was invited to deliver the salutatorian speech, I was very honored and at the same time, very scared. Me speaking in public in another language, that sounded so scary to me. Still does. However, by seeing all of us here today, I'm taken by a feeling that suppressed all my nervousness, the feeling of immense pride. I am so very proud of us and of what we are accomplishing here today. If you are an international student graduating in this auditorium today, like me, this means that you are stronger than we could possibly imagine. Strong enough to leave our home countries, our families, and our comfort zone, to come to the United States of America and to pursue our dreams. And we are definitely stronger than all the obstacles presented to us throughout this studying abroad journey. Obstacles that only international students can truly relate to. Like the initial language barrier, for example. I remember when I arrived in the US exactly 5 years ago and ordered a coffee here for the first time. I thought it would be so easy, But then the person taking my order asked me if I wanted cream and sugar, and I froze. What do they mean by cream? Are they talking about milk? Are they calling me sugar? Then I started taking English lessons at an ESL school called Advanced English Academy, where I had the opportunity to not only learn English, but also where I was offered an on-campus job as a peer advisor and had the opportunity to help students and learn more about immigration. Little did I know how important that job would be in order for me to start writing the new chapters of my life and to find myself in this country. I decided that I would want to work with immigration. So I started researching for programs, and I found the paralegal studies at Peralta colleges. As we were right in the beginning of the pandemic, the whole learning process was facilitated online, and I was slightly afraid that I would be lost in the process or that I would not have enough support from the international office, though I was not in touch with anyone there yet. In other words, I was feeling insecure in uncertain times. I'm happy to say that all those feelings went away in my first communications with the admission department. I felt very welcomed and felt fully supported throughout not only the beginning, but during my whole academic program. And now, I'm here. Now we are here. And maybe you are going back to your home countries, maybe you are staying here to pursue a career, or maybe you don't know yet what you want for the future. All those options are okay. But I would like to share with you some lessons other than English or legal studies that I learned during my 5 years of studying here in the United States. The first and most shocking lesson for me was that people are everything we have. When I moved here, I was 30 years old, and I thought that I had already met all the important people in my life. Making new friends was not something that I would think about a lot. I thought that I was just too set in my own ways. How wrong I was. Not only did I meet incredible people on the way, but I can say with absolute certainty that I would not have endured so many difficult moments here if it wasn't for them. Also, to my big surprise, I can say that some of the happiest times of my life I had during these 5 years with people that I met here. In our online classes, for example, I met a girl also called Vanessa, who was also a lawyer and also Brazilian. We could not see each other in person, but through the online meetings and Zoom classes, we became friends. We would laugh when teacher got us confused. We met on Zoom to study, even after class hours. We would share our frustrations and victories in the academic life and in our personal life. We never met in person, but she had and continues to have a big impact in my life. And if people can have this level of importance in our lives, what I learned is that we need to value that. We have to be more kind to one another, to have more empathy for each other's issues. And that's definitely something that working with immigration has taught me in a very strong and positive way. There are people out there who need help, so let's help them. Let's be kind in every opportunity that we have. So when you start your new journey, whatever it is, remember, people are everything we have, and everyone we meet along the way have their part in the construction of this journey. Another lesson that I took from these past years was to never give up. I know it's not a very creative sentence, and I promise that I will not start a TED Talk here. But sometimes the most obvious statements are the ones we tend to forget more easily. When I decided to take the paralegal classes, I thought, well, I'm already a lawyer in Brazil. How difficult can this be? As it turns out, it can be very difficult. When I read my first chapter for my first assignment ever, I remember saying out loud, I will never graduate. It was way harder than I could imagine, but what I really wanted was way bigger than my fear of failure. So I let all the bad feelings go and read the same chapter again the next day, and then again once more, until I was sure that I understood everything, or at least mostly. I was in every single online class, even when I was so tired. I spent weekends at home studying when my friends were out and about, because I knew I had to do it. And that all this effort was temporary, so I could achieve what I really wanted. And what was it that I wanted so much? Well, to be here today, graduating with you all, to have my certification, to be a certified paralegal in the US. So I guess it worked all right. I'm sure that if you are here today, you feel the same as me. We did not give up. And I wish you feel the same way and have the same strength in everything else that you decided to do in life. I also learned not to feel ashamed of my accent. In my first month here, an American friend of mine told me that my accent was too thick and that they could teach me how to speak like an American, so people could understand me. Right at that moment, I felt ashamed, and immediately after, I realized that I didn't want to speak like an American. I wanted to speak like me, like someone who speaks more than one language, English being one of them, and yes, with a Portuguese accent. I know that this might sound unimportant, but understanding that our accents are part of who we are gave me enough motivation to learn and enough confidence to make people understand me. Well, I hope that you are understanding me now. So now that we are graduating and we might even develop a career here, if you come across with someone who wants to teach you how to speak like an American, I hope you remember today, and I hope you can feel proud of your accent and your identity. Last but not least, one of the most important things that I learned in my 5 years of living abroad was to be grateful. It sounds like an easy one, and indeed, it was easy for me to feel gratitude in moments when I was walking on the Golden Gate Bridge for the first time, for example, or when I was relaxing on a sunny day at Dolores Park. Being grateful when things are going great was so easy for me, and I think it might be like that for most people. But being thankful, even when things were not going the way I expected, that was the big challenge. When we are facing life setbacks, it is difficult to find silver linings. Believe me, I know. But look at us now. All the things that happened to us during this adventure abroad that we decided to go on led to exactly this moment right now. Don't you feel extremely grateful? I know I do. And speaking of gratitude, I would like to take a moment to thank a few people without whom this exact moment would not be possible. I would like to thank my family, who, like many of yours, could not be here today. They are back in Brazil, and ironically, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. To my mom, Margarete, and my two brothers, Paulo and Arthur, thank you for believing in me and for your unconditional love and support throughout my whole life, especially with my decision to move to a different country, even if this meant that we will miss each other every single day. To my boyfriend, Michael Scott, my life partner for 7 years, who is here today, making sure that this moment goes on my Instagram. Thank you for all your support and understanding, even when I was spending so many weekends studying for finals or tests, and honestly, not in my greatest mood. Thank you for encouraging me to be my best self and for reminding me to never give up hope. To my boss, Sina, who is also here today, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to work with my international students' peers, for trusting me and for encouraging me to take the paralegal lessons here at Peralta. Also, thanks for reminding me that my education should always be a priority every time that I needed some time off to study. You're the best boss I've ever had. I also would like to express my extreme gratitude to the Peralta International Office of Education. Since my first contact with you, I felt so welcomed and felt in my heart that coming here was the best choice for my education. I'm happy to say that I was very right. Each one of you had such an important part in my journey here. Thank you for replying to my endless emails with a million different questions, for always being ready when I needed last-minute Zoom appointments, for the monthly meetings that I'll definitely miss, and for making the international students such a strong community here at Peralta. I am grateful for each one of you. Finally, I also want to say thank you to our international students community, with whom my experience is so gratifying. We support and inspire each other. We can relate with each other on so many different levels, and we make each other stronger every day. So throughout the events today, let's feel proud of ourselves. Let's enjoy every minute of it because we deserve it. We did it. And if we managed to leave our home countries, if we overcame so many obstacles and accomplished a degree here in the United States, we can literally do anything we put our minds to. This is just the start. The best is yet to come. So let's celebrate, let's enjoy the ride, and I hope to see you on the road. Cheers to the next adventures. Cheers to us. Thank you.
Thank you, Vanessa. At this time, I would like to invite our valedictorian, Hoyin Howie Pang.
Thank you, caller. Faculty members, guests, families, and most importantly, my fellow graduates. It is an honor to stand before you today as a valedictorian of the International Student Graduation. Before I delve into the experiences and lessons we have gained as a collective, I would like to take a moment to express our heartfelt appreciation to the exceptional faculty members who have guided us throughout our remarkable journey. So may I request a moment of applause to honor and appreciate that immense contributions. As someone who has traveled far from home to pursue an education, I understand the unique challenges and opportunities that come with being an international student. When I first arrived here, I was both excited and nervous. Excited because I was about to embark on a new adventure, and nervous because I knew I would be facing a lot of new challenges, like language barriers, cultural shock, and homesickness. But as I got settled into my new environment, I realized these challenges were also opportunities for growth and learning. I would never forget those moments when I felt terrified to talk to people, or like buying stuff and just so afraid of calculating how much I'm gonna pay because you gotta include the taxes. Just like every single one of you, I've also been there, and I could totally relate all the insecurity and pressure that you all have experienced. But practice always makes perfect. I learned that being an international student also means you gotta be adaptable, resilient, and open-minded. It means being willing to step out of your comfort zone and embrace new experiences even when they're uncomfortable or unfamiliar. It means being patient and persistent in the face of obstacles and never giving up on your goals and dreams. But most importantly, being an international student means being a bridge between different cultures and perspectives. It means bringing your own unique experiences to the table while also learning from and appreciating the others. It means being a global citizen and recognizing that we're all connected regardless of where we are from and what language that we speak. As we celebrate the culmination of our academic journey, it is vital to reflect on our collective experiences as students, as members of a global community, and most importantly, as humans. It is not lost on me that being a student in a foreign land has come with a unique set of challenges, and I commend us all for preserving and achieving this significant milestone. However, today is not just about our academic achievements. It is also a time to acknowledge the importance of humanity, compassion, and selflessness. As we leave this place and embark on different career paths, let us not forget the significance of our role in making a positive difference in the world. We live in a world that is increasingly polarized and diverse, but it is in our power to make a difference. It is up to us to break down the barriers of hatred and intolerance and create a world that is inclusive, equitable, and just. We shall not be egocentric in our career pursuits, but instead we should be mindful of how our actions affect those around us. We shall be compassionate and caring toward others, regardless of their race, gender, or religion. We need to strive towards a world where humanity is at the forefront, where we put people before profits, and where empathy and compassion drive our decisions. People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. Therefore, as we move on to the next chapter of our lives, let us remember the importance of treating others with kindness and compassion. Let us remember that our achievements should never come at the expense of others, but rather should uplift those around us. At the very end of my speech, I would like to leave you all two quotes from my most admiring musician, who named Avicii, who has been keeping my faith and encouraging my life. He said, "When I die, I want to be remembered for the life I live, not the money I made." Our lives are more important than the material possessions and wealth that we accumulate, but the impact that we make on others and to the world around us. We shall use our education and talents to make the world a better place for all. He also said, "One day you will leave this world behind, so live a life you will remember." Life is short, so create memories and experiences that will last beyond our lifetime. I truly hope you all would never give up chasing your goals and dreams. Find what really matters to you and cherish them. Thank you, and congratulations to my fellow class of 2023.
Thank you, Howie. At this time, we are going to begin the passing of honors. So I'm going to ask those who are in row 1 to stand up. Yes, row 1, the ones in the front. Mayellen here will be collecting your cards, and you guys can come line up. All right. Vanessa De Lira Miranda Calvacante, Merritt College. Howie Pang. Abravi Emmeline Tekpa, Merritt College. Bilgun Jargal Bavadors, Berkeley City College. Camila Andrea Ziliaga Ayala, College of Alameda. Won Moon, Berkeley City College. Claudiu Malaz C. Banjai, Berkeley City College. Erden Tuya Nurgu, Berkeley City College. Let's give a round of applause for the first row. All right, at this time, I'd like to ask for row 2 to go ahead and stand up. Claudia Sabo, Berkeley City College. Laura Tamara, Merritt College. Lee Wan, Berkeley City College. Maget Diallo, Berkeley City College. Maria Camila Murcia Castro, Laney College. Heidi Alexandra Pisa Fonteca, Merritt College. Moy Lang Chor, Laney College. Penny Lee, Laney College. Last but certainly not the least, Rhea Lexon Briones Shaw, Berkeley City College. Congratulations! At this time, I'm going to invite our director, Thomas Torres Gill, to come up and give our closing remarks.
All right, congratulations, you all. What wonderful speeches, by the way, by Howie and Vanessa. Let's give them another round of applause. They touched upon a few things that I think, just want to add a little comment on. Vanessa, we can send you those monthly Zoom meetings, so you're more than welcome to join as you move on. And Howie, great mention of the faculty and their importance of your own development and your own progress. The faculty are really what makes us who we are, what we teach, and what you learn. So I wanted to just echo that as well. We're going to have a reception. I want to thank you all for the time. I know we're a little bit over time, but we're going to have a wonderful reception. You're all more than welcome to join for as long as you like. We have wonderful food, drinks, music. I also want to, what's that? Photo booth. And, of course, a photo booth. We want to see all of your photos. So get some photos in there, y'all. Also, thank you to Berkeley City College for everything they have done, showing us support. Dr. Shear's video, Associate Dean, or Dean Nguyen, I'm sorry, I keep mixing that up, VPAS Brooks as well. All of the family support, everyone that's come out today. But a huge round of applause for Carla David and the OIE team for putting this together, y'all. You have no idea how much work was put into this. I just need 1 minute. Don't go anywhere yet. This is for Carla David, who really put in all of the work in today. So thank you, Carla.
Thank you.
And there is one last thing we need to do before we go out there, though. I need all of the graduates on the stage. One of the customs that we have is bringing all of our graduates in attendance and getting a photo with the team. So if all the graduates can come on the stage, we're going to get one group photo, and then we're going to head on out and go have some fun, okay? Which camera are we looking at?
Ladies first. And Rachel. Very famous right now. We have walking a little bit more.
Let's squeeze in a little more. Where's the cutoff? Good question.
Come and sit. Yes.
There you go. Howie's coming in. Howie, sit.
3, 2, 1.
All right.
Are there more cameras?
All right, with that, we formally concluded this part, and feel free to make your way out to the reception. Thank you all so much.